How to save time and make more money in your business with done-for-you content, sometimes referred to as PLR or private label rights, which we'll get into. This is your trainer for today, Justin Popovich from toolsformotivation.com. You can also see my business partner. His photo is on the screen there, Ted Payne. Together, we form the alliance called Tools for Motivation. Now, this presentation, I'm going to move quite quickly. Feel free to pause, rewind, go back, but I want to make sure I cover everything in as short of a time as possible so we can cut to the chase here. So, what you're going to learn today in this in-depth presentation, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and be so bold as to say this will be the most valuable presentation on private label rights content that you will see this year. Yikes, I've set myself up. So let's see if I can fulfill that promise. I'm going to show you how to acquire instant access to ready-made digital products. You can publish these things as your own and keep 100% of all the sales. Someone else makes the material, you buy a license and publish it as your own. You can do that for pennies on the dollar. I want to show you how to take licensed content. I will use that word interchangeably with private label rights, or PLR for short. And it's show you how to turn it into something completely unique that builds your brand, grows your list, and basically the big one makes you more sales. I also want to talk about some mistakes to avoid when using this type of content in your business. I want to show you how to easily build that know, like, and trust factor. When you're in sales, if people know, like, and trust you, it's easier to make sales and close deals. I want to show you how to do this using PLR content and a simple way to make your subscribers remember you. I have a 10 to 15 minute exercise that I'm going to walk you through, and then you can try it, that will let you extract your expertise into a video presentation and then get the whole thing transcribed for free. Pretty short, but really, really effective. I want to also show you how to create a wow factor for new prospects visiting your website for the first time. They're going to come to your website and be blown away because your blog posts will be so in-depth that you could charge money for them, but you're not going to. But hopefully it will leave enough of an impression on that person that they join your list and become a customer later on. I also want to show you an easy way to spoil those subscribers once they join your list so they never want to unsubscribe, and also turn them into repeat buyers. They're not just going to buy once, they're going to come back to you over and over again because you leave such a good impression on them. I also want to show you how to create a visually stunning book or presentation or handout, depending on what type of material you want to publish. It all is fair game here. And you're going to do this even if your design skills suck. If you're like me, you're not really great at design, you can still do this. And then I have a super awesome special offer that you're going to see. It's on the page below, where you can bulk purchase a bunch of self-help content. You get to choose the topics. Now, before we get into that, let's get into the training. And I'm going to start by quickly going over what is private label rights if you haven't heard of it before. Think of it as content licensing. This is material you can download, learn from it, then publish it as your own. And that third piece is the key. You're giving yourself a license to actually publish and sell this material that someone else has built for you. Now, historically, a lot of PLR has been poor quality. In recent years, I've seen a lot of really professional companies kind of step up and produce really great quality material. If you're on our mailing list, you see that we recommend a lot of this stuff. And I'd like to consider toolsformotivation.com one of those vendors that produces good quality stuff. So just keep that in mind. You still need to be kind of aware that there is poor quality out there, but that goes for anything, really. You have to use your best judgment to decide which vendors do I want to trust. And I can help you with that. Feel free to contact us anytime. Now, the other thing I want to mention here is that PLR is more than just articles. Pretty much any format of content can be purchased with PLR licensing. So I'm talking about ebooks, audiobooks, video presentations, graphics, checklists, and so on. Let me give you a really quick demo/example from our website. Here's a package called Every Day, The Power of Daily Routine. This is a full suite of content, complete with an actual book and audiobook you can sell, as well as marketing materials to help you drive traffic to it. It's a $127 license, and the reason we charge this particular price tag is for the volume of content that goes in. So let me show you what's actually in a package like this. It starts with an ebook that's been done for you. It's a 6,000 plus word guide teaching people the power of routine, how to set up your daily routines, and so on to create a successful life. We've given you graphics that you can use. You can change them as well. It's all editable. Everything I show you here is totally customizable, editable. There is an enhanced ebook. If you don't like just a text-based version of the ebook, we've enhanced it with graphics for you so you don't have to do all of that work. There is a workbook that helps people implement the lessons and ideas from the ebook. So this is really where you will get the most value. Your customers, your audience will get the most value because they're going to be doing stuff. There's an audiobook. Our professional voiceover team has narrated the entire ebook into an audiobook that you can bundle with that ebook or use it as an upsell or some kind of packaging. There's a lead generation report to help you grow your list. There are autoresponder emails pre-written for people that are on your email list. There's a trainer slide deck if you want to teach this concept using a video presentation, kind of like I'm doing right now, or even if you want to distribute slides digitally or in physical format. There's also a bunch of articles about routine. There's mini reports and slide decks, same idea. There's a checklist of the main lessons from the ebook here. And then there's a whole bunch of social content. We've created some posters with tips around the idea of creating daily routines. There's an infographic, same idea, pre-written tweets and Facebook posts. So I went through that really quickly, but you can just imagine the amount of work that would go into building a package like this. There are up to 12 different people that are involved in our process to get this done, from writers, researchers, editors, graphic designers, voiceover specialists, and so on. It takes a lot of time and money to produce this type of content. So the package I just showed you is quite large. Not all PLR packages will include that much content. It doesn't matter though. The 4-step usage model I'm about to show you will apply to any licensed content that you purchase. Even if you want to go back to the example I just used, that will fit as well. Here are the 4 steps you should go through every single time you purchase a PLR package. Number 1, take inventory of what your selected PLR package includes. If you remember my example, it had an ebook, audiobook, workbook, there were articles, there were graphics, and so on. Make sure you understand everything that you've been given to work with. Number 2, group each piece of content into 3 categories. The 3 categories being premium, lead generation, and web and branding. Premium means, hey, this is something I'm going to put up on my website and sell, or put it as part of a larger course and monetize it. The lead generation piece, obviously, grow your list, getting leads into your sales funnels. And then the web and branding piece is, hey, this is stuff I'm going to use on my blog, on social media, on document sharing websites, on YouTube, wherever, to drive traffic to my website so that I can get some people to join my list and ultimately get them to buy. Number 3, then you want to decide how are you going to use this particular PLR package that you acquired today. So again, going back to my example, maybe you want to start by publishing the ebook and audiobook as a bundle for sale on your website. And then that, once people purchase it, that can lead into some larger upsells, for example, a coaching program that you want to offer. And then number 4, add all of that content into an assets folder. I like to use an external hard drive that I plug in. You can also use a cloud device, whatever. But every time you purchase PLR, put it into an assets folder that you can go back to for future use. So for that example, it was that program was called Every Day. It was about the power of daily routine. So I might want to create a subfolder inside of my assets directory called routine. And then I would save all of the content from this PLR package into the routine folder. So in the future, if I'm writing an email broadcast about the power of daily routine, or I'm doing a talk or whatever, I can go into this folder, pull out that content from that package, and it's there at my fingertips, ready to use. If you decide to purchase the special offer on this page, we are including a resource page that will actually walk you into step-by-step, very detailed descriptions and explanations of everything I teach during this presentation. So this 4-step usage model will be included in that resource page as well. So before we get into what you can do with PLR, let's talk about what not to do, or 3 mistakes to avoid when it comes to using private label rights. The first one is buying it but not implementing. So when you purchase PLR, you're getting a piece of content you can learn from, and that's great, but you're getting an editable version of it, meaning you can actually make changes, customize it, and give it your own voice. If you don't do that, if you don't take that material and turn it into something you can publish it as your own, then you've kind of missed the point here, and you're really not maximizing your investment. The second thing is implementing but not publishing. So I've seen this. People will download a PLR package. There's an ebook inside of there and they love it. Maybe they've taken that the one I already showed you, the everyday, things about creating routine, and you've added your own stories, and you talk about the routines that are working well for you, and you've got this great piece of material that you could be selling, but then you don't publish it or you don't do anything to market it. And I've seen probably people do that more than the first mistake. Once you've gotten this stuff and you've put work into it, make sure it's up on a website somewhere for sale or doing something to grow your business, or you've completely missed the point here. And then the third one is not so much a how-to as it is an understanding of the lay of the land. When you go to publish content that you've built using PLR and you want to use other platforms, for example, Kindle or Udemy, however you pronounce it, those platforms have their own terms of service, and they have specific parts of their terms that talk about using done for you or PLR material. Make sure you understand the limitations, exceptions, and so on before you go ahead and publish on those platforms. That is very key. So there's a bit more of a deep dive to this on our resource page as well. Now, this is the key part of the presentation. How do you implement PLR? How do you actually save time and, more importantly, make more money in your business using this stuff? Well, I'm going to show you a bunch of examples, and I've broken them into two general sections. First, I've got some basic examples for you, some stuff that you could probably do very quickly even right now after this presentation, and then some more advanced examples that will take a little bit of planning and time, but can still be done quite quickly to help you get a return on your content investment. So let's go through all of these right now. The first one is the first basic implementation, ongoing blog content. You have a blog, hopefully you do. If you don't, maybe get that set up today. And you need content on a regular basis so that people coming to your website can read more about you, about your expertise, how you can help them, and so on. You could take a PLR article like you see on the left side of my screen here. This happened to be one called Negotiating Your Job to Regain Work-Life Balance. And it's got a bunch of tips inside of it. Well, in your blog, all you have to do is click Add New Post. Then you copy and paste the text from the PLR article into your blog. What you want to do here is maybe manipulate it a little bit, change the wording of the title, then go into the body of the article, change some things around in there, maybe add a little story or a tidbit. You don't have to, but that's the whole point of PLR, is that you can customize this material. You don't have to publish it exactly as is, and you probably want to customize it a little bit so that you know that it sounds and comes from you authentically. The person who produced the article to begin with doesn't necessarily have your exact voice, but it's going to save you a ton of time here because you don't have to start with a blank screen. Most of the article is done for you. It's up to you to make some changes. The real power is when you start doing this with many different PLR articles and you start scheduling for the future. So let's say, for example, you want a year of blog post updates automatically scheduled for the next 52 weeks. Well, you could go and find 52 different articles. If you have a self-help blog, there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, on our website alone at Tools for Motivation. You can pick and choose which 52 articles you want on your blog. And then you can either do this yourself or even get a virtual assistant to go into your blog, click on the Add New Post, and do that previous step that I just showed you 52 times, each time scheduling the post to be future dated at another time. So, maybe it's every Monday you publish a new blog post. Well, the next 52 Mondays have now been scheduled, and you can kind of let your business run, that part of your business at least, run on autopilot while the PLR does most of the work for you. So that's a great example to make sure that you have content on an ongoing basis. The next one, having ebooks and reports to sell or give away as lead magnets, and then some upsell or bundle content if applicable. So here's an example of our website. We have a storefront. There's a whole bunch of different packages. You can browse our store, add them to your cart, check out. We generate revenue, and you get a whole ton of value by being able to download these products that you can use in your business. You can create the exact same thing here. So I don't know who you are and what your background is. A lot of people who come to our website are coaches or consultants or speakers or trainers, and they have a specialty that they're already monetizing, right? Maybe you already have a piece of expertise that you're selling in the form of coaching or webinars, or maybe you're doing live presentations and people are learning from you in that format. Why not extend what you do into a digital store where people can also buy stuff from you when you're not present? You don't have to be there to physically deliver a service for them to get value. You can use PLR to create your own digital downloads for your existing customers or future customers or prospects to browse through and buy. And you don't have to spend all the time creating these things from scratch. With private label rights, you've been given the content, In most cases, you're giving the graphics and the marketing materials. All you really have to do is put it up for sale on your site. Now, we have a resource page that will help you build a store like this using a free shopping cart platform. So really all you need is a couple PLR packages and some free software using this tutorial, and you can create this exact same result. The next one is modules within a larger training course or seminar. So let's say you want to build a more of a high ticket training for your customers to go through. Maybe it's a course that you want to charge $500 for, $1,000 for, and it's going to be a whole bunch of video training delivered over the course of several weeks as an example. Maybe you've already taken courses like that. You can use private label rights content to help you build out all the different modules of your larger high ticket training course. And I did just this a few years ago with a program called Prod Create. I was teaching people how to take their ideas, how to take their expertise from their life, turn it into digital downloadable products that they can sell online. Instead of teaching people live, they were able to share their knowledge and information in the form of digital products and be able to sell thousands of copies instead of just one-on-one training. What I did was I used some PLR in this course as one of my key templates. So one of the parts of this course was teaching people, once they created their product, how to put up a sales page to sell the value of that product so the people looking at it would want to buy. And one thing I'm not great at is copywriting. So what I did was I went out and licensed a course, a template as well, teaching people how to write effective sales copy to convert more people to buy their offers or their training courses. And I told my students, I said, look, I'm not a great copywriter. I can get by, but I went and found somebody who's awesome at it. I licensed their system, and now it's part of my course for you to use. So I didn't even hide the fact that I was using PLR. I simply announced it to my customers, and I said, look, this is the best way for you to learn it. It doesn't come from me personally, but you're still going to get the value. The overall course comes from me. One particular module in that course comes from a PLR product, and my students loved it. There was no real downside here other than it saved me time and helped me deliver higher quality product. Another one is using PLR to do ongoing updates to a membership site. If you don't have a membership site yet, something to consider, because membership sites are a great way to create recurring revenue. People can pay you a monthly fee to get ongoing access to your stuff. And if they do that, then you want to make sure your membership area has new material for them to download and get new experiences on a month-to-month basis. PLR can be a great way to do that. If you download several PLR packages per month, do a little bit of change to them, maybe manipulate and customize it to look like your brand, now you've got all this new material for your members to go and download each and every month. One of my friends, Dennis Becker, does this great, in a very, very effective manner at Earn 1K a Day. Every Friday, he mails his list or his list of customers and members saying, hey, there's some new downloads available as part of your monthly fee. Go and grab this week's stuff. And he's got, 4, 5, 6 different things in there. Many of those downloads are simply PLR packages he's purchased, but turn them into his own brand. And his members are getting all kinds of value by being able to learn on an ongoing basis. And all they do is pay him a low monthly fee to get that. And he's got a great recurring program there, pays him month in and month out, hundreds of people. And now we're going to move into advanced examples here. So I want to show you, to me, where the true value of PLR can really change your business. It can save you time, like I mentioned, but more importantly, make you more money if you used it strategically. And these advanced examples are strategic implementations. The first example, and I hope you try this today, is to easily build the know, like, and trust factor with new prospects to make selling easier. And it's going to help them remember you. So here's how it works. You're going to find a PLR article with content that you want to share. That should be pretty easy to do by the end of this presentation. Then you're going to read the article, which will take you probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And as you go through, you will extract a few short bullets or phrases that you can paste into a slide deck. A couple quick ideas that you like. Then you're going to make a video narrating the article while you look at the slides. And at the end, you're going to record a short intro video using your smartphone. You're going to literally turn it around, speak into your into your phone, and create this short little introduction video so people can see your face, see the way you speak, look at your mannerisms, get to know you as a person, and then you're going to flip over and let them hear your content that's going to come directly from PLR. So here's how it would look. You grab an article. You take some of the content out of that article, you paste it into a series of slides. Very, very easy to do with PowerPoint. Then you simply show the slides that complement the article itself. You are going to read the article, literally, verbatim. You're going to narrate this thing while you show one slide after the other. The only thing you need to do is make sure that the slide showing up on your screen right now matches the words you are reading in that article. If you can read, you can do this method. Then at the end, you record a little video saying, hey, this is Justin Popovich. In the next 2.5 minutes, I want to share some of my best strategies and examples of social media influence. That's this particular example here. If it was something on self-confidence or self-esteem or better relationships or better leadership, it wouldn't matter. Whatever PLR article you've picked, you do your little intro video so they can see you. You flip over, they hear you narrating this article. This whole process should take you less than 10 minutes to publish. I have this entire process broken down on our resource page if you need more of an in-depth explanation as to how to do this. But imagine doing this once a week for the next year. You're going to have 52 different personal branding videos. And I can tell you, when I used to do coaching, I would get people from all over the world. I remember once a guy from Australia called me up on Skype. I'm in Canada. And he said, I'm really interested in your coaching. It feels like I already know you. I've watched 7 or 8 of your YouTube videos. I really connect with what you're saying. And now I'm talking to you on Skype, but your voice is the same. You're the same guy. This is cool. How do we get started? It really helped me bridge that gap. People seem to feel like they know me. And I broke down any of those inhibitions about buying from me. And it was easy to close coaching deals simply because I was putting these personal branding videos out there. You can do it exactly now using PLR. The next example, another advanced implementation that will again take you hopefully less than 10 to 15 minutes. And it's going to allow you to extract your expertise into a video presentation similar to what I just showed you, but a bit more of an advanced example that will help you hone your skills. And a little quick tip to show you how to get the whole thing transcribed for free. Here's what we're going to do. Start with a topic that you know well and feel confident talking about. This is where you go back to your business. What do you sell? Are you a coach? Are you a trainer? Are you some kind of consultant or author or blogger? What is your topic of choice? What do people come to you for that you're already good at? You want to start there. Start from a place that you feel good, you feel confident on this topic. Then you go and find a PLR article on the same topic. That should, again, not be very hard to do once you get to the end of this presentation. Read the article and extract 3 to 5 points from that article that you can simply discuss based on your experience. So maybe one of the points is to have better self-confidence, have positive or do positive self-talk, right? And in that little point, you could explain that concept to a peer of yours while you have coffee, right? That's the kind of the mindset you want to get into here. You paste each of those points into a simple slide deck, and then you record yourself presenting each of the topics off the top of your head. You're not going to script these things. You're simply going to take a minute or two and explain that point as though you're talking to your friend. Very, very easy to do once you've tried this a few times. Then when you're done this video, you're going to upload it to YouTube and use the built-in transcribe feature to get the whole presentation of what you just taught to your audience transcribed into text for free. So here's how it would look. On the left side of my screen, I've got an article, how to break bad habits. So that's the theme we'll go with here for this example. I'm going to find a couple of different points, put them into slides just like you see here. Notice the slides are very short. 1 sentence, 1 phrase max. And I'm going to simply narrate myself, not narrate, I'm going to literally teach. I'm going to pretend I'm talking to a friend who's sipping coffee beside me here. And I teach these 5 points to that person very casually, but in the form of a presentation. It's going to look like so. I'll have the slide up on the screen. I'm simply going to teach each topic. At the end, I upload it to YouTube, and I use this little ellipsis button there to grab the transcript, and it will print out everything that I've just said in my video presentation. So not only am I getting in the habit of teaching people on video, very much like I'm doing with you right now. I'm looking at a slide, I'm teaching you stuff, it's stuff I know, it's going fairly well, at least I think so. You get into this habit of teaching people over slides like this, and it allows you to become a better presenter. It allows you to demonstrate that you're an expert in whatever it is that you do over and over and over again. And each time you do this, upload it to YouTube, you have it printed out in text as well. On our resource page, I break this entire lesson down into much more detail if you need help. Moving on to our third advanced implementation example, how to create a wow factor for new prospects visiting your site for the first time. And you're going to create free blog posts that you could charge money for. really high value material, and you're going to do so in less than 10 minutes. Here's the process. If you think about a traditional blog post that, if you're just browsing the web or Googling, you'll come across a bunch of blogs and you'll see stuff like 3 tips, 5 ways to get, or 8 books you should read if you want to do X, here's some quotes, whatever. Very interesting pieces of content, hold your attention for a couple of seconds, but you usually move on. An enhanced blog post usually has one core theme, multiple topics, sometimes multiple content formats, meaning you're going to appeal to people who like to read, who like to watch video, who like to listen. And you're basically going to give somebody a whole lot of value for free without ever asking for anything up front. Let me give you a demo. Here's one of my personal development blogs, and I have a blog post called Breakthrough to a New You. The entire blog post was created using PLR content. It took me less than 10 minutes to put together, and it contains a variety of information. So here's a topic, Breakthrough to a New You. Think personal transformation, changing who you are, becoming a new person. It starts with a poster. This is a PLR graphic. I just grabbed it from one of our packages at Tools for Motivation. It immediately kind of catches the attention. It's got a quote. I pop it into my blog post and I move on. Then I've got a series of different sections. I just wrote a little opener here. I'm a firm believer that each and every one of us has a bigger, bolder, more enhanced version of ourselves trapped inside, waiting to be unleashed. In this post, I'd like to offer some ideas, tips, and advice that will help you break through to a new version of you. That's all I wrote. That was the only customization I did here. The rest is PLR. Section number 1. I grabbed an article called How to Use Challenges to Break Through Your Comfort Zone. The first piece of me teaching transformation is the fact that you get stuck in comfort zones, and if you stay there, you don't transform. The article teaches that topic. At the end of the article, I insert another piece of PLR content, an audio segment called Taking More Chances Leads to a More Fulfilling Life. This audio segment simply enhances what I just taught about comfort zones. It's a different piece of content though. So somebody is going to read this, then they're going to reach the audio segment. If they like audio, they'll listen to it. If they don't like audio, they'll skip over it. They'll read the next section. The idea though is I'm appealing to all different types of learning styles. Section number 2, dare yourself to overcome your fear of success. So before I talked about comfort zones, now I'm talking about fear of success, which will also prevent people from transforming. Then I paste in the PLR article. Get to the end of that, boom, another piece of audio called Easy Ways to Improve Mental Toughness. Mental toughness, that's kind of part and parcel with overcoming fear of success. It complements that lesson nicely. But you can see this goes on and on for several sections here. It's a very long blog post. It's something I could probably even wrap into some kind of self-help product if I were to sell it, but I'm not. I'm giving this entire piece of advice away for free. Somebody just landing on my website looking for advice about personal transformation will probably bookmark a blog post like this. They'll probably look around and see what else I can offer, join my list, maybe see what products they can buy from me. Not everybody will take the time to read through this, but the people that do will be highly qualified leads and ultimately hopefully become buyers because they just receive so much value from this blog post. Why not give this a shot? You could do this whole thing with proper access to good PLR. Moving on to our 4th advanced example, an easy way to spoil your subscribers so they never want to unsubscribe from your list and turn them into repeat customers. So here is the idea. You will create a freebie page or a portal on your website. It's a hidden area that you can send only your subscribers to. No one else will be able to find it. They've got to be on your list to get this extra material. And we do this. We've been doing this for several years at our business. Pretty much every single week, we give away something for free, and people love it. They reply to our broadcast thanking us for consistently delivering kind of beyond their expectations. So we get very few unsubscribes, and we get a lot of thank you letters. And people are eager to see what we produce each week. So you could do this exact same model. You could create a freebie section, a private section on your website, and each week you just swap out new content. So you don't keep the old freebie up. You just put up a new one to replace the old one. And this is cool because then people are really inclined to stay on your list. If you were to create a portal where you've got like 52 different downloads, they'll just unsubscribe and maybe resubscribe a year from now and go back and grab them all. The key here is to keep your free material premium to a degree. Put it in a portal, send them back each week, but they've got to be on your list to figure out where to go. And that's the key here. So all you would need to do to replicate this type of example is find a series of PLR programs related to your expertise, and then you simply extract information from that PLR to create free downloads. Maybe it's a free guide on, 10 ways to de-stress. Maybe it's a short video presentation on how to be a better public speaker or how to improve your relationships. All of this stuff, all these ideas that you come up with of advice to give away for free can all come from PLR. It can save you tons of time. So you don't actually have to write the material or record it yourself. You simply grab a license from it, from a trusted provider like us, and then you upload it and give it away to your subscribers, and they'll just love you for it week in and week out. Gives them a reason to open your email and stay subscribed. Here is an example of what you can do with a fairly small list once you try this model. So this is a thank you letter that went out from one of our affiliates. We promoted one of their launches. And what you'll notice here is that we won the affiliate contests that they were hosting. There was a kind of some cash prizes for people who could make the most sales as affiliates to this launch. And you notice we came in first place with 195 units, which is a significant amount higher than the second place person there. And we did this with a list of about 3,500 people. So this isn't a huge list. There's a lot of our competitors and people we kind of do business with have much larger lists than us. But because we use this freebie portal model and because we use other list kind of nurturing tactics, we're able to get a whole lot of value from a smaller list. We also include bonuses, right? So when we promote something, we don't just say, hey, go buy this. We say, if you buy this, first of all, it's a great product that we wouldn't refer you to unless we loved it. But because we love it so much, we also want you to grab a copy, and we're going to make your purchase that much more valuable by giving you these 3 bonuses. If you have access to lots of great PLR content, you can create really powerful bonuses when you do affiliate promotions, or even if you're promoting your own material, not as an affiliate, but just as a vendor. If you're giving people bonuses over and above their purchase, you increase the perceived value of what they're about to buy. And the bonuses give your buyers the feeling that they've kind of received more than they've paid for. If you can create this type of environment over and over again, you can really win the game of not only affiliate contests, but also selling your own material. PLR can help you do all of what I've just shown you here. Example number 5, how to create visually stunning ebooks and presentations and handouts and so on, even if your design skills suck. Having good-looking material, good-looking content is important. It's more important now than ever before. But a lot of people kind of get hung up on this because they don't have a design background. If you're just getting started with your online business, you probably have a long way to go. So the quicker you can get good-looking material up there without spending a lot of time and wasting time, the better. This method will help you do so very, very quickly. You're going to start with a single PLR article on a topic in your area of expertise. You're going to find some freely available images on unsplash.com to help you illustrate the message within the article. Then you're going to create a slide deck where you merge the article content. So you're going to take the text, you're going to merge it with the images, and you're going to include promotional links to your business. So ideally, somebody will read this piece of content, they'll like the way it looks, they like the information inside, they'll click on the linkable text in there to see what else they can get from you. You're going to export this as a PDF for publishing. So here's how it looks. 3 benefits of taking risks is the example we're using. We went to unsplash.com, and you can do so right now, and you'll see all kinds of freely available images. It's an unbelievable website with very, very liberal usage rights. You can use their images for commercial purposes. So go and check it out. It's amazing. We just went and grabbed 5 sort of inspirational images for this example. Each image was dropped onto a slide. Then we took the content out of this PLR article that you see on the left and pasted it on the right. Each slide has a little promotional link there for toolsformotivation.com. We can now upload this PDF to different social sites, to document sharing websites. We can publish it to a blog. We can distribute it to our affiliates. We can send it out in email broadcasts. Anybody that's reading this document, if they like it, they'll be inclined to click that link and learn more about us. We can send those people to sales pages or lead generation pages. It's up to us. But not only do we create a visually stunning presentation here, but we're creating a way to drive traffic to some of our offers. On our resource page, we have a step-by-step showing you exactly how to do this process if you need more help. The sixth example here is how to double down on your engagement with new leads by distributing your expertise and your lead magnets as a 5-part mini course. So here is the example. If you are list building right now, a traditional way that you've probably seen, maybe you're already doing it, is to say, hey, welcome to my website. Hope you like it. If you give me your name and email right now, I'm going to send you this. Now, our example here is a report on how to boost your willpower. And it's got several different very powerful tips that the reader could read, learn from, and implement to become to have better willpower, right? So that's one way of learning. The model I'm going to share with you right now is the following. Enter your name and email, and over the course of the next 5 days, I'm going to share 5 very specific, very useful tips with implementation examples so you can slowly learn this. But over the course of the next 5 days, you're going to get all of that information. It's the exact same piece of content. Instead of distributing it in 1 day, we're distributing it over the course of 5 days. Those are the key differences here. So in order to do this, you would start with a PLR ebook or a report. You would simply read through it, and as you read through it, highlight 5 lessons that you like. You want these 5 lessons to be your 5 days of content. Then you fill in our mini course template to complete your course. We actually give this away for free. Check out the page below. And then decide on your delivery format. If it's text, great. If you want to make video or audio, do that because it'll give you that much more value. Why this works? Instead of just giving somebody an ebook and saying, hey, thanks for joining my list, here's a giant amount of content for you to read. You're giving them small little bits of content that they don't have to be overwhelmed with, and they can learn in like a 5 or 10 minute learning window each day. So there's a higher perceived value here because you're actually helping that person learn in a more reasonable fashion. And it's a powerful form of delivery in terms of its effectiveness. If people actually go through your 5-day course and do what you say, they'll likely get better results than if they just get a whole bunch of tips on day 1 and they only choose to use, let's say, 1 of them. Here you're going to make sure they're using 5 of them. It's valuable content that you can actually sell. You could sell a 5-day mini course, or what I suggest you do, use it to pre-sell. You use your 5-day mini course as free material that your people, the people on your list will get used to opening up emails from you day in and day out for 5 days. And at the end of it, you can upsell them to one of your full courses. But now they've got a lay of the land. They can see what you do and the type of value you deliver over your short 5-day course. Now they'll be more willing to buy maybe one of your premium courses. And the key thing for me is it's 5 interactions instead of 1. People will receive 5 emails from you over the course of 5 days. Now you're training them that you email on a regular basis. You've got lots of great information to share. They'll be more willing to open your emails in the future. And I do recommend a high frequency of emailing. If you're going to do this type of work, if you're going to share your expertise and sell it online, you want to be engaging with your mailing list many times per week, if at all possible. Now, I just moved quite quickly. Hopefully you were able to follow along, but I've given you a number of very powerful examples of how you can use done-for-you content to save yourself time, make more money in your business, and even if you implement just one of these, you'll notice a giant difference. I guarantee it. So we have a special 6-for-1, a special crazy offer where it's going to work like so. You will be able to access 6 premium done-for-you self-help products from our catalog here at Tools for Motivation. You choose from a list of over 90 different products, 90 different topics in the personal development space. And you can imagine these things range right across the board, from relationships to stress management to public speaking, self-confidence, and so on. All of our products include things like ebooks, audiobooks, lead generation reports, articles, graphics, slide decks, checklists, and so on. I gave you a demo at the start of this presentation of just one of our packages. We charge $127 for that package, and it gives you several hundred pieces of content for you to work with. You'll be able to get that package times 6 when you look at this particular special offer. Plus, when you pick it up, we will also have that resource sheet that I've been talking about throughout this training. Whereas if you want to take any of the specific examples I've given during this training and you want to go deep and try them specifically how I recommended, then we're going to give you the step-by-step on how to do it. If you don't want to have to rewind and kind of watch this webinar, pausing and kind of stopping along the way, we break it down for you at a much more deep level. All of this would cost you well over $600. Some of our packages sell for an individual price of $147 down to about $97. You're going to choose 6 of these, again, of your choice. You will simply go to our help desk once you've made your purchase, let our team know which 6 items you want, and then we'll actually create a manual order for you in the back end. You'll get all 6 downloads as soon as we receive your request. So have a look at everything below. This is a very kind of unique offer. It's not something we do all that often. To me, the flexibility, the fact that you get to choose, start thinking about what you could create here. Can you create a 6-part premium high-ticket training course using 6 of our packages? Do you want to create some kind of maybe yearly subscription to a membership program, and you're going to fill the membership area with all of these different great utilities that you'll be buying from our website today? You could create lots of different revenue generation avenues for your business simply using the items in this single deal on this page right now, literally creating the opportunity to create thousands of dollars in revenue for your business by simply following some of the advice I've given you today. So have a look below. Let us know if you have any questions. I'm happy to personally answer them for you. And I hope you got value from our presentation here today. This has been Justin Popovich. Thanks very much for coming to toolsformotivation.com.